Last year, the girl I liked told me she wasn't into boys. And that was awesome. But that got me thinking about just how much of a miracle finding a partner is. One of you could develop unrequited feelings for the other, maybe the two of you aren't playing for the same teams, and even if you got together, time could make the two of you realize that you aren't compatible with each other. One of you could get cheated on, or move really far away, or worse. And that's all before you take the internet into consideration, with its irrational aches and everyone online being so worried about coming off as too needy. I mean, last year we had Vogue writing an opinion piece on if having a boyfriend is considered embarrassing now. And we have guys posting memes romanticizing loneliness in their 30s with unreasonably handsome men. Like, I'm sorry, but you think you're going to be a 30-year-old loser looking like Ryan Gosling?
Come at my fucking face.
Now, I know some of you might be tempted to say, but that's the internet and not the real world. And although that is true, we also shouldn't ignore the impacts that the internet has on the real world. With approximately 4.9 billion active users, it has been weaved into the daily lives of about 62% of the global human population. The internet has significant leverage over the real world, and that's one of the reasons why it can be so dangerous to ignore. Last year, rumors began to pop up online linking famous American actor Timothée Chalamet to British underground rapper SD Kid. The rumors became so rampant that they began to bleed into the promotions that he was doing for his latest film, Marty Supreme.
SD Kid. Are you from, you know who SD
yes.
Kid is, the rapper?
Your fans have lost their minds and they are saying that you are SD.
Is that true?
And the rumors finally reached a climactic end with Timothée Chalamet's guest feature on the remix of SD Kid's 4 Raws, putting them to rest and blowing up to what felt like the entire internet. In fact, some of you might consider that to be very old news and wonder why I'm bringing it up right now. But my friend who has seen Timothée Chalamet's movies and is just as big of a movie fan as I am had never heard of it before. And I don't doubt that some of you are hearing of it for the first time as well. Social media algorithms are great at figuring out its users' interests and what will keep them online for the longest. These algorithms are designed to recommend us personalized feeds, and sometimes that means that what seems like an unavoidable story to us could be completely skipped by the person sitting beside you, despite the fact that they're using the exact same social media platform as you. An echo chamber is an environment where a person only encounters information that reflects and reinforces their own opinions and pre-existing beliefs. The segregation of culture by social media algorithms has created echo chambers across various corners of the internet, where fringe opinions have been allowed to grow without encountering any opposing ideas or beliefs. These echo chambers have become the breeding grounds for some really heinous ideas and views around relationships. And guys, unfortunately, have become the most radicalized as a result. I'm not exaggerating when I say that talking to a random guy you don't know now is like flipping a coin on whether they're a normal person, or if you asking them why they want significant control over another person's body would be considered a personal attack on their beliefs and everything that they stand for. These echo chambers have allowed hatred and bigotry to spread across the internet unchallenged. And sadly, the effects are bleeding into our real-world romantic endeavors. And of course, we all know capitalism isn't going to oil up before it with rent and the general cost of living being at an all-time high around the world, Gen Z is choosing not to spend what little disposable income they have on dates, and honestly, who can blame them? And with the amount of negativity surrounding relationships online, being in one, whether good or bad, is starting to look like a lose-lose situation. Because if you're in a bad relationship, then aren't you stupid for putting up with that? And if you're in a good relationship, then aren't you stupid for not thinking that they'll leave you someday? And in all this, ask myself, why do we even bother? Why even date anymore? While pondering this question, I decided to do one of my favorite things. I saw a movie. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is a 2004 romance sci-fi film that tells the story of Joe Barish and Clementine, two young adults who by chance start a relationship together but end up growing apart, and Clementine's decision to undergo a medical procedure to erase all of her memories of Joel.
Why would she do that to me?
Joel, after finding out that his girlfriend had taken moving on to a whole new level, would decide to undergo the procedure as well and erase all of his memories of Clementine. The procedure is very thorough and invasive as it involves a scientist manually connecting to your brain and deleting each memory via a computer. And even with Joel's subconscious fighting back hard to remember Clementine, he would ultimately forget everything about their time together. However, Joel and Clementine would be drawn to the place where they first met, and the two of them would have an encounter leading them to start their relationship all over again. And even though they both find out that the other had erased them from their memory and learn of the reasons why, the story would ultimately end with Joel and Clementine choosing to fall in love with each other again, despite seemingly knowing how it would end. And as I wrapped my head around this ending, I was reminded of an earlier scene in this movie. During Joel's memory erasure, his subconscious had fought and failed to protect his memories of Clementine. And as he stood in his last memory of her, waiting for the inevitable, she asked him,
"What do we do?"
To which Joel simply responded,
Enjoy it.
Joel and Clementine's relationship may seem futile or doomed to fail. In fact, for all we know, this might not even be the first time that they've erased their memories of each other. But that doesn't make experiencing love any less worthwhile for either of them. To the two of them, love is worth it in and of itself, whether or not it becomes anything.
I don't have time for that. I don't do it. I have a lot of things to deal with before that.
I like love, like when other people are in love, it's nice. Everything is romantic in a way, kind of.
This age I'm in right now, I want to see if I can get manipulated. I'm just going to see it coming.
Just recently, I found out that the chemical contents of a tear of joy are different from that of a tear of sadness. Each tear helping detoxify the brain of completely different chemicals. I think today's society is so focused on productivity and self-improvement that we've started optimizing every aspect of our lives to see results, forgetting that some experiences are just inherently worth it and essential to being a human. Not every person you date has to be your wife or husband. Sometimes they can help us find what we're looking for in a partner, teach us how to act and be comfortable around the opposite gender, help us learn new things about ourselves and the world, and ultimately just sharing our experience of love. I don't know about most people, but personally, I doubt I'll be on my deathbed wishing that I loved less. And that's why it doesn't make sense to me to completely cut myself off from that entire experience. Especially when I consider that I'm only going to be here for so long and capitalism isn't going to stop trying to enslave me either ways. However, I am not talking about children. Life is not a joke, and if you don't think that the world right now is a place where you can guarantee the happiness of your child, then I don't think you should go for it, but what do I know? So if you were to ask me why I date, my answer would be, why not? Love itself is worth it.
Wish me a happy Valentine's Day when you call.
That'd be nice.